What's up guys, Syiler here, and we're back with another rare pet guide. This guide's going to be on the pets from Karazhan for the Raiding with Leashes 2 achievement. If you collect all the pets, you'll get a little Tito. It's got a little Cubona. And the first pet, I'll cover where all the pets come from, what they look like, for those who know Karazhan can go look at this, go kill the bosses that they need to. So the first one up is the Little Bad Wolf, and that's going to come from the Big Bad Wolf, which is the opera event. Now, if you don't get the Big Bad Wolf, then you're out of luck. The pet will not drop. So this one's kind of like a really rare pet because first of all, you need the actual boss. The second one is the Menagerie Custodian. I think that's pronounced right. And that comes from the Curator. So go kill Curator. Go have a chance to get a mini little robot. Quite cool looking pet. Sweet. The next one up is the Fiendish Imp. And that comes from Terrestian Ilhoof. That's the third pet. And there's 4 total in here. And if you don't know the instance, if you keep watching the video, a bit later on I'll run through the whole instance showing you which bosses you do and don't need to kill and where you need to go. And the final one is the Never Space Abyssal, and this comes from Prince Malzahar, which is... Malzahar? Stop Malzahar, that's League of Legends. Well, there's the last guy. I can't remember his name. It's something along those lines, the big demon dude, the last boss. It's him. You all know what I'm on about. And if you don't know where Karazhan is, it's in the Eastern Kingdoms, and you'll find it. I'd take the portal to Outland, you know, the thing. It's just next to the Deadwind Pass. You'll find Karazhan. You don't need a key anymore to get inside, and it's only 10 man, so you don't need to be on 25 or 10. There's only one difficulty of this instance. Now, if you go left here, you can do the boss for the Fiery Warhorse, but we're going to ignore that because we have no reason to do it. You know, we're not doing a mount run this go, we're just doing pets. So there's no need to kill that boss if you're not interested in the mount. He doesn't unlock anything, you don't need to kill him to continue. So you can leave that dude alive. Now, we do need to kill Moros. He's the guy to the left of here, so we're going to go up, and we're going to go left, and we're going to kill Moros. One of my more favourite bosses just because he has some really epic quotes. So we're gonna kill this guy. Get him out the way. And then once he's dead, we can progress with the instance. There's not a huge amount of bosses. There's a huge amount of bosses in this instance. Really, really cool instance. But we don't need to kill them all, luckily. So you can skip quite a few of them. So we're going to head through all here. You can avoid the trash if you've got a stealth or something. There's no need to kill it. But there's a lot of it, and chances are if you pull one, you're going to pull like 20 by accident. So get them all killed, no need to worry about anything. Head up the stairs, and we don't need to kill the woman. Can't remember what her name is, but we don't need to kill her. She's in the door to the right. We're going to completely ignore her and carry on to the opera theatre. So we're going to take a right here. Oh, the opera hall, my bad. Going to go down here, kill this little guy following me. And then we're going to jump down the stairs. And then we're going to head to the opera theatre to start the opera event. So as I said, you do need to get the Big Bad Wolf. There's like 3 or 4 bosses that you can get. One of them is the Big Bad Wolf, and the pet will only drop from the Big Bad Wolf. If you don't get the Big Bad Wolf, there's no way to reset it and get a different boss. You know, it's set in stone, so that is your goal for the week. You have to come back next week when it's reset. It resets on Tuesday for US and Wednesday for EU. Same normal raid lockouts. So come back next Wednesday or Tuesday, run it again, and hope you get the Big Bad Wolf. So this will be quite a difficult pet to get, because as I said, not only is it a lower drop rate, it's not guaranteed, but you also need to get the right boss as well. So it does make it pretty rare. And it's a little bad wolf dude, so it looks kind of cool. Little Worgen fella. So unfortunately for me, I got the Romeo and Julio, or whatever the frig this one's called. And there's a chance for that one, the Wizard in Oz. The Wizard of Oz. I'm all over the place. And the Big Bad Wolf, and I think that's it. I think there's only 3. There might be 4, but I'm pretty sure there's only 3. So if you get this one, just kill each one of them, and then they'll both spawn, and you kill them, but nothing too crazy you need to worry about. She'll heal for like 20 or something. Crazy numbers. So now that's dead. And we can get the loots. Unfortunately, nothing too cool. And then we're going to head up the staircase. So we're going to head up here, up the ramp, and then carry on killing the trash. Hashtag C's everywhere. And then we're going to take oh, not a right, we're just going to go forward up the path, up the stairs. Carry it up the stairs, down this corridor. As I said, this is a huge instance, and probably, like, people's favorite. Like, if you ask them what their favorite raid is, most people will say Karazhan. I'll probably say Karazhan as well. Definitely in, like, my top 3 favorite raids, just because at the time, you know, newer to the game, and I enjoyed the people I was raiding with then, so it was just, you know, it was overall, I did not mind farming Karazhan over and over again, week in, week out, in Karazhan, every single bloody day. But it was fine, because it was fun. So, up the stairs, around the corner, and then kill these spirits. And this is such a random raid as well in terms of mobs, because of Medivh. This is basically all the different things he's collected and not really experimented on, but, you know, all these different things and people and, like, different creatures have come here to seek refuge, and I don't know what's going on with this raid. There's all different types of mobs everywhere. So now we're up to the Curator, and this is where we're going to get the second pet from. The Menagerie Custodian. God, that word is going to kill me. So kill this guy. The pets are on about a 15% drop chance, so you'll get them after a couple of weeks of farming them. You'll at least get one. So the drop rate isn't amazing, but, you know, you'll get it eventually. And this is quite a cool raid because there's 4 that drop from here. But the unfortunate part is it's a very long raid, and one of the bosses is after the chess event, and unfortunately you need to do the chess event. So we'll get to that in a little while. We're closing in on it. It's hours of fun. You'll love it. So we're going to head up here. You can avoid most of this trash. It doesn't have a huge aggro range if you're level 90. Just going to run past most of this. Save some time. Get a quick judgment off for the speed increase. Head down here. Run straight through this hall. Carry on up. And then there's going to be a kind of hidden boss. If you've never done this raid back in the day, you probably wouldn't know he's there. But this is going to be for the third pet, for the Fiendish Imp. You head down here, make sure you turn left, and there'll be a bookcase door that you can click on. So we're going to click on the door, open the bookcase door, hidden little boss. And then here we'll find Terrestrian, or Terrestian, I think he's called. Little guy, little fella. Kill him and you'll have a chance of getting the pet. Now there's a cool thing about this pet is it's originally like a white imp, like the ones that look like this, but the boss has his own personal imp, which is a red one, and when you summon the pet it has a chance of summoning the red one. So it is quite cool. It's got a little animation as well when you summon the pet, so definitely quite a cool pet to pick up and add to your collection. So now that he's dead, that's the third pet out of the way. Unfortunately for me, no pets on this run. We're going to head up here and we can completely ignore that boss there. So we're going to ignore him. We're going to carry on up the ramp. To the right, as I said, this is a long run. It'll probably take you about 20 to 2 hours to do this, depending on how long it takes you to do the chess event. If you one-shot the chess event, it'd be about a 20-minute run. If you don't, you could be in here for an hour, 2 hours easily. Very, very easily. So we're going to head up the stairs, kill these guys, and then there's going to be an up path and a down path. We're going to take the down path. If you want to kill Neversbane or Neverspite, you can kill him. He does drop Neverwing eggs now, so if you're still after Neverwing eggs, kill him, get 1 to 5 Neverwing eggs, I believe it is. And yeah, some easy rep, so definitely make sure you kill that guy. If you're after the Neverwing rep, then we're going to head down here, and then we get to do the fun that is the chess event. So you speak to the king, whichever faction is your king. So for Horde it'd be the Orc, the big Orc. For the Alliance it'd be the human king. And then we're going to begin the chess event. Now this is where things get difficult because they've nerfed it slightly, but you've still got that 15-second gap between between controlling pieces. Now what I'd recommend doing is moving away pieces that block your king, queen, and your bishops. Get them pieces moved, so move the pawns that are in front of those 4 pieces, because they're your main pieces. I mean, the bishops are able to heal, your king does bloodlust and a cleave, and the warlock, the queen, does like a damage over time on the floor, and like a chaos bolt that goes in a straight line. Does a lot of damage. So those 4 pieces are your like main pieces, and they're the ones that you'll see me use throughout this fight. I do pick up the wolf just to get a bit of damage on King, Bane, Olane, early on, just because he does move forward quite quickly. But this is all RNG. You know, you can take my advice. You probably got your own methods of doing it, but it's pretty much RNG. As you see, he cheats. He'll do 2 champs of cheating. He'll put fire on the ground, which ticks for like, I think it's 20k a second, or I think it got nerfed, so it's like 3k a second or something. There's the fire, and then he'll also empower a piece, and if he empowers the king, it's pretty much GG. The king will just run around one-shotting the majority of your pieces, so it is pretty brutal. Especially when he cheats later on, and you've got this 15-second gap to move each piece. So it takes you like 45 seconds to get to round to the last piece, and if they're all important pieces, like I always get the king, queen, and a bishop controlled, and one of them is going to take a lot of damage because by the time I get round to it, it's half dead. So it's a bit crapper. I really don't like the fact that you have to do the chess event to get to the last boss still. They should make it optional, make the door always open, or remove the 15-second wait. When you're doing it on your own, you're just not meant to do it on your own. There's no easy way, there's no major tip that people can give you to make this fight easy. It's just a pain. A horrible, horrible pain. But use the bishops, the necrolytes, or necromancers, whatever, to heal. Definitely make sure you're keeping your king as healed as possible, as you say I do. I control that for the majority of the fight, and especially because I'm behind my king, I can fire that chaos bolt forward, hitting the king, and I'm able to heal my king as well. So, you know, double dipping. But he does cheat, and I'll lose my bishop, and I have to move my king now because he's on fire. But yeah, it's a really horrible fight. So good luck with this. It'll probably cause you a bit of rage if you've never done the chess event before. And as I said, there's no easy way of doing it. There's no like, do this and you will guarantee victory. And there's no easy method I've found of doing this fight. I just follow the same route, and 9 times out of 10, you know, well, 50-50 I'll win, 50-50 he'll cheat horribly and just kill me all the time. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? But now that we've got that fight nearly over with, it does end up getting a bit close between my king and his king. Like, it's just a fight, a face-off. And he does cheat again, putting fire right under my king, and then I'm unable to attack until I can turn him around. And there we go. We finish it, we end it. Victory, Logtaroga, all that kind of crap. And there we go. So that is the chest event done, and then we can continue with this. Nothing in the chest for loot, and there's some transmog stuff, but you're not going to get any pets from that. So carry on up the stairs. Up the main archway, take a right, up the stairs again, and then you're going to go straight to the top floor, and then we'll get to the final boss, which can have a chance of dropping the Neverspace Abyssal, which is, yeah, a kind of cool pet. This guy's pretty easy. You don't even, like, he'll die before he even gets to do anything, the poor guy. And there you go. That is the Karazhan run over and done with. So good luck on the pets. Look out for more guides coming soon. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.